The way our human mind is wired, we quickly jump into conclusion that things don't work out the way you expect them to work out. It doesn't mean you should give up yet. Today I want to talk to you about why all work works, whether positive or negative, will end up being of value. If you've tried some things and failed at them, don't think it is not working. The work you have put in, the work you've been working on works. Gustav Achu here. I feel blessed today. It's an awesome day to be alive. I gave my 13-year-old daughter an assignment over the weekend. I asked her to help me put a button on my shirt because I try to teach them different skills as they're getting older. And so I gave her the needle and the thin black thread to thread the needle, and she struggled with it. She tried to put it through the hole, it wouldn't go through. She kept missing, and about 2 minutes later she gave up and told me, "Daddy, I can't do this. I can't even get the thread through the needle." I said, "My daughter, keep trying. Get that thread through the needle so you can go ahead and put the button on my shirt." She kept pushing. It took her about 3-4 minutes, and she finally got the thread through the needle. And she was excited. She was happy. She screamed how successful she's become with that. And why do I share this story with you? It's to tell you that all work works. Sometimes it might be working on you, it might be working for you, or it might be working in you. You see, a lot of times in life, things don't work out the way you expect them to work out. And by our very human tendency, the way our human mind is wired, we quickly jump into conclusion that it didn't work for us. So it didn't work in us, and it didn't work in our favor, and so there's no value out of that. I want to submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, today that all work works. Anything that involves work, that involves thinking, that involves moving a muscle to deliver on something that can deliver an outcome, it works. Even when the outcome might not be what you expect it to be. It's the same scenario I mentioned about my little daughter. It might have taken her 5 minutes, but what happened, even if she ended up not threading that needle, what would have happened is that she would have learned the skill of resilience. She would have learned about being a little patient. She would have learned about being focused, because it takes a certain amount of attention and focus to get a black thread through the needle hole. She would have also learned that sometimes in life things will not go the way you want. It doesn't mean you should give up yet. It just means take a breather, scream, feel bad, but try again. Today I want to talk to you about why all work works. Why it is important to recognize that everything that transpires in your life, whether positive or negative, will end up being of value if you look at it as something of value. Think about it this way. If you want to grow your muscles, if you want to develop your arm muscles, your chest muscles, and all those things, and you head to the gym, you start lifting weights. Why do the muscles develop? What really happens that the muscles expand? It's because there is pressure on the muscle. There have been pain on the muscle. There have been discomfort on that muscle, and it slowly builds it into a bigger size than it originally was. I remember one of the first times I registered at a gym in Minnesota called Bali Total Fitness. I mean, listen, I don't know if they're still in business, but I don't know of any gym in the world that was able to squeeze money out of people like that gym. I hope they are no longer in business, because they certainly helped a lot of people pay too much for gym services. But anyways, I remember the first time I went there, and one of those gym instructors went around, showed me the different machines, what this does, the chest compressor, the free weights and all those different machines. And I started lifting weights at that time. I went back home that first day, and my muscles were so sore. My arms, my shoulders, my pecs, my biceps, everything felt like I was on fire. And I went into the gym the second time, and I told the gym instructor I'm still in pain. They can still help me with some of the exercises we had to do, but I might not be able to perform as I would have loved to. And the gentleman told me something I'll never forget. He said, "Gustav, that anytime you feel pain lifting weight, know that it's the weakness leaving the body. Because as you keep feeling the pain, as you keep lifting, your threshold is going to change, which means you're going to be able to lift more weight as you go, and you're going to feel less pain because the previous threshold that was painful is no longer a challenge. It is now normal. What that really means is that even though it felt painful the first time, it felt like the work I was doing wasn't working. But at the end of the day, the work works because the muscles get stronger, they get bigger, and my weight tolerance, the volume of weight I can lift, improves every couple of weeks. And listen here, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you stopping by the channel. Every time you stop by the channel to watch my content, it fills me with a lot of motivation to continue to find the best information to provide you. While you're on the channel, I also want to let you know that over 80% of people who watch my channel have not subscribed yet to the channel. Why don't you do me this favor? Go ahead and hit the subscription key and also hit the notification bell. That way, anytime I have new content, you'll be able to be the first one to get it. I don't know what it is you're trying to do with your life right now, but I want to remind you that if you've tried some things and failed at them, don't think it is not working. The work you have put in, the work you've been working on works. It might not seem like it works right now, but as you go forward in life, you'll be able to tap into those skills and learn that it works. A few years ago, I finished from the University of California in Berkeley, one of the top business schools in the world. I graduated on the 15th, and on the 18th, I was on the plane to go work in Cameroon. My uncle had a business distributing natural health products, and he invited me to come and partner with him and work on that business. And I left my family in Minneapolis. I went back to Cameroon. We started working on that business. I worked in Cameroon, Nigeria, Congo, that's Central Africa, and a few of West Africa. And long and short of the story, the business didn't turn out to work out the way I was hoping it would work out. I came back 3 years later broken, angry, frustrated, dejected, bankrupt. I filed for bankruptcy. I paid over $120,000 to the bankruptcy court. I foreclosed on 2 homes, one of them my primary residence. I foreclosed on a rental property I had. I felt little. I felt beaten. I felt like I was a failure. And to me, I felt like the entire experience for 3 years was useless because it took me so far back economically. But when I look back at that experience now, it took me another 5 years to recover from that when I got back to the US. I worked for so many years, paid my bankruptcy bills, filed for bankruptcy. It takes about 7 years for that to fall off your credit and you could buy a new home. But you know what? It might have seemed like everything went wrong. But there were some things I learned from that experience. Number one, I learned the importance of patience, understanding that the journey is more important than the destination. I have always had the dream of becoming all these different things I had in my mind. I was always focused on the arrival spot. I never thought about what it takes for that journey. Number two, it taught me something about resilience, how to be able to understand that even when it doesn't work, you have to clean your butt, wipe your tears, find the courage to keep marching on again. Number three, it taught me about the necessity to sacrifice present enjoyment for future gains. Because when I came back to the US after the failed experience, after the failed project, I was bankrupt, I was broke, my family was broke. We shopped in a thrift store for 3 years. We couldn't have some of the amenities we love. We couldn't have some of the luxuries we like. And even when I was making money, I still had to make all these payments to the bankruptcy court. I had to tell myself that you have to wait and rebuild first before you can get back into smiling and acting as if something is coming in. That ability to postpone present enjoyment for future gains is very powerful. In fact, with the experience I have now, I've gotten to also learn that the most successful people in this life has that as one of their key virtues. The ability to sacrifice now something bigger in the future. You know, we live in a time today when the messages that comes across is for you to live your life now. Don't worry about tomorrow. For you to make sure you enjoy the best of your output. You know, one of the greatest weaknesses of humanity, especially Africans, especially us African immigrants in America, is that we have this thwarted mindset that we must enjoy all the things that comes from our output. So all the money I make in my life, all the economic progress I might make, I have to enjoy it to the maximum. But you know what? That is a mindset that doesn't help build legacies. That is a mindset that is very selfish, a mindset that holds you down to worry more about the now instead of the tomorrow. 99% of people never regret the things they never went to, the amount of money they never made, or the cars they never drove. Most people regret never being able to do things that will outlive them, things that will last longer and be able to keep their names in perpetuity long after they are gone. So I don't know what work you have done that you think doesn't work. I want to tell you today that all work works. Whether the results have been positive or negative, understand that even if you have losses, there are never losses, there are only lessons. And if you are interested in uncovering what your purpose is, if you have some questions just about your professional life, how to even start working around determining what is it that you're born to do, if you're one of those who are understanding now how the stock market is on fire, people are making money, and you want to understand how to invest on the stock market, not only for profit, but for significant amount of returns over the long term in your life, there will be a link down in the bio section of this video. Click on that link, book a one-on-one meeting with me, and I'll be able to give you an outlay of all the different programs we have which can change your life. There is a small fee for that meeting. Trust me, you are being privileged to get that meeting at that fee, because in the next few months it is going to change. Not because I really want it to change, but because the demand is so high and I have to prioritize those who are able and serious about where they're trying to go with their life. But take advantage of that. We are also working on monthly seminars which are going to be coming up soon. You'll be able to join these seminars every month. They are masterminds. I'll be talking on key topics. I'll be bringing specialists to talk on different things. We are also kicking off a podcast starting in March. If you know anybody who you will be interested to see on my platform to have a conversation with me, feel free to put that name down in the comment section. Let me know the people you would like me to invite on that podcast to come and talk on all the topics that are meaningful to you. Remember, on this platform, we talk about life, we talk about money, and we talk about legacies. My goal is to go past your mind, go past your limiting beliefs, to help you invest in yourself, to grow as a person, to make profits, and to be able to build a lasting legacy. But until next time, be well, be blessed, and by all means, never stop being a blessing to somebody. And if nobody ever told you, let me remind you again that you are enough. Go out there and win, my friend. I'll see you in the next video. You take care.